morning, guys. Miss Greg here. I hope you guys all are having an awesome day. Let's jump right into it today. Our first thing on our list is to make sure that we are filling out this attendance form on time. Please remember, if you are not filling out your attendance form on time, then I do have to mark you absent for the day. The next thing on that list is Chapter 23. So in Chapter 23, we find out a little bit more about what happened during the trial, and then also what's going on with Mr. Ewell right now. So what happens with Bob Ewell? So let's take a look at our questions. Our first one is all about when Aunt Alexandra and Atticus are talking with Jem and Scout. So our first question is, describe the confrontation between Atticus and Mr. Ewell. So something happens between Atticus and Bob. What's that thing that happens between those two? And then our next one is, how serious do you think Mr. Ewell is? So during that confrontation between Atticus and Bob Ewell, how serious do you think Bob is? Our next one, how did Atticus respond to Bob? And then, do you think Atticus made the right choice in the way he responded? So what I want you to think about is, after he responds to Bob, you can just write like a sentence about how he responded. Do you think that was right? Our next one is, Atticus tells Jem that a jury of young people would have acquitted Tom because so far nothing in life has interfered with your reasoning process. Those are 12 reasonable men in everyday life. Tom's jury. But you saw something come between them and reason. You saw the same thing that night in front of the jail. What do you think Atticus is referring to in this passage? So what do you think is that thing that came between those reasonable men and reason? Our next one is, which jury member wanted to find Tom not guilty? Why does this surprise Jem? So there's a specific one that made the jury hold out for so long. Who is that, and why did that surprise Jem? Our next question reads, what does Aunt Alexandra mean when she says that Scout should not socialize with Walter Cunningham because although his family are good folks, they are not our kind of folks? So what does she mean by they're not our kind of folks? What could that mean? And then our last questions are all about Jem and Scout when they're together by themselves. So our first one reads, at the end of this chapter, Scout and Jem have a conversation about the different kinds of people there are in the world. Summarize each of their points of view about the world. So just write a sentence or two about Jem's point of view and a sentence or two about Scout's point of view. Our next one is, what insight has Jem's experience given him about Boo Radley? So what is Jem thinking about when it comes to Boo Radley right now? And then our last question, I want to know your opinion. Do you think Jem is right about Boo? Explain your answer. I just want to know your opinion if you disagree or agree with Jem's observation about Boo Radley. All right, guys, I will see you all later. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.